always. Very encouraged, very refreshing. So my name is Aaron, and currently I'm a PhD student at Imperial, where I work on basically making a medical device for children in places like India, Africa, that kind of stuff. But really, I would say that my journey to Christ has been it's been interesting, not in the sense that I did anything wrong, because I always grew up, my dad is a pastor of a church, I always knew about the gospel, I knew about these things. But just because you know about these things doesn't necessarily mean that you're born again. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're saved in that sense. So I grew up in, of course, a very good family. My mum and my dad, they've never done anything wrong to me. It's probably me that's done some wrong to them, but they've never done anything wrong to me.
Preach it.
Yeah, they've never done anything wrong to me. So everything was fine in my life. My family, great family, always part of the church, had all of that support. But I knew as I grew older that there was something different about the Christian life. And I knew the difference when I saw my family and when I saw the families of the world. I knew the difference when I saw the church and the things that went on at university, things that went on in school. I knew that these things were very different. And I naturally, as I grew older, I wanted to make my own career. I wanted to follow the passion of making my money and looking after my family. You know, these things are good things, but you can become obsessed about them. And really where I kind of recognized my weakness was I grew an obsession for my career. I wanted to do well. I wanted to be a doctor, a surgeon. I wanted to be in academia, publish papers, own a biotech company. I wanted to do all of that kind of stuff. And the more and more I put my own effort into it, I realized that actually I couldn't achieve it. And I always found myself at different points in my career becoming very frustrated at why I couldn't achieve that particular thing. And I said to myself one day after I was in the lab, and it was a very small lab, it was a very cramped room, and I was sitting there and I was looking at my laptop as I was looking at my work, and I said, if I died today, what would be the result of my life? What would I have to show God for what I've done? And I knew that I was going to heaven, but I was not satisfied that I would have nothing to show for my life. I was a Christian, but I wasn't involved with anything per se. I was a Christian in name and all that kind of stuff, but I was just focused on my career. And that's when I really realized that my career will one day go away. My life will go away. My car, whatever I have, my house, it will all fall apart one day. It doesn't matter how much comfort I try to find in the things of the world. And it doesn't matter how noble the cause might be. I can be the best researcher in the world, find the cure to cancer, but in the end it doesn't matter if people don't know Jesus and people aren't saved and people aren't going to heaven. At the end of the day, I'm just delaying their death to go to hell, right? There's no real product. So after really thinking about it, that's when I prayed to God and I said, Lord, like, I want to be used for your purpose, and I want you to set my heart on fire for the gospel, for what really matters. And ever since I was 22, that's when I really felt an encounter with God, and where I can truly, if I had to put a point in my life where I would say I was really born again and I was absolutely sure, I would say 22. That's when my whole life completely transformed. Not that I had any sin to put down, but because the fire of God was in my soul, and it's been burning ever since. Whether it's for the lost, whether it's for the church, whether it's for the people my age, my whole life perspective has been on eternity and focusing on that. So that's my testimony, and I just want to encourage you that, you know, we're only passing through this world. This is not the place where this is not our home. This is not the place where we find our treasure, our hope, our joy, our peace. And if we look to our careers for our joy and our peace, if we look to any other thing, any other award or achievement, then we will not find that peace and that joy. We will always be obsessed. We will always try to fill that hole in our heart with something else, and it can never be filled. Only God can fill it. And when we see him and when we know him, that's when we have peace, we have joy, we have satisfaction in our life. And even though I might not be the best surgeon in the world, I might not have the best job in the world, I might not drive the best car, I might not wear the best clothes or have the best phone, but I feel happy with my life because God is in control of it and he has me in his hand, and everything that I do has value because it's not for myself, it's for his kingdom, and it's for the people who come after me, that they might know Jesus and they might see him as the glorious treasure he is. And so everything is worth sacrificing for him. Every part of our life, even life itself, you know. So that's the test.
Thank God.